years in a dramatic escalation, the Aam Aadmi Party removed Raghav Chaddha as its deputy leader in the Rajya Sabha, replacing him with Punjab MP Ashok Mittal. The party even wrote to the Rajya Sabha Secretariat asking that Chaddha not be allowed speaking time from AAP's quota, a move widely seen as an attempt to sideline him. Now, Raghav Chaddha hit back strongly, posted a video compiling issues he raised in Parliament and declaring that he is silenced, not defeated. Thanking supporters for their love and questioning if raising issues had become a crime in the party. The gloves are truly off. Senior AAP leaders have launched a blistering counter-attack. Atishi accused Raghav Chaddha of being with Modi and scared of the BJP, asking why he avoids directly questioning Prime Minister Modi and the centre on core political issues. Other leaders like Saurav Bharadwaj and Sanjay Singh have also slammed him for soft PR, focusing on topics like airport samosa prices instead of aggressive anti-BJP battles, and claimed he has grown distant from the party's frontline fights. All eyes are now on Raghav Chaddha's next move. Speculation is rife. Will he quit Aam Aadmi Party and join the BJP? Let's first listen in to some of the statements that have come in.
कॉमर्स और इंस्टा कॉमर्स ने हम सबकी जिंदगी बदल दी है, लेकिन इस सुपर फास्ट डिलीवरी के पीछे एक साइलेंट वर्कफोर्स है जो हर मौसम में काम करती है, अपनी जिंदगी दांव पे लगाकर आपका ऑर्डर आपके घर तक पहुंचाती है। और इस साइलेंट वर्कफोर्स की छाती पे चढ़ के आज ये तमाम बड़ी ई कॉमर्स और इंस्टा डिलीवरी एप्स और कंपनीज $1 बिलियन की वैल्यूएशंस हासिल कर चुकी हैं, यूनिकॉर्न्स बन चुकी हैं। लेकिन इन गिग वर्कर्स की हालत आज भी एक दिहाड़ी मजदूर से भी बदतर है। सर, इनकी कुछ चीजें, कुछ दर्द मैं आपके समक्ष रखना चाहूंगा और चाहूंगा सरकार तक पहुंचे। पहला है स्पीड और डिलीवरी टाइम का जुल्म। आजकल सर एक 10 मिनट की डिलीवरी का खतरनाक ट्रेंड चल रहा है। डिलीवरी टाइम के प्रेशर के चलते लाल बत्ती पे खड़ा एक डिलीवरी बॉय यही सोचता रहता है कि लेट हुआ तो रेटिंग गिर जाएगी, इंसेंटिव कट जाएगा, ऐप लॉग आउट कर देगी, आईडी ब्लॉक कर देगी। इसीलिए 10 मिनट की डिलीवरी के लिए वो ओवर स्पीडिंग करता है, लाल बत्ती जंप करता है और अपनी जान को जोखिम में डालता है।
एयरपोर्ट्स पर खाना इतना महंगा है, बाजार के मुकाबले 2 गुना 3 गुना दाम है। एक साधारण सी पानी की बोतल जो 20 रुपए की बाजार में मिलती है, वो एयरपोर्ट के भीतर जाकर फूड आउटलेट पर 100 रुपए की मिलती है। आज यात्री जो इंतजार कर रहे हैं अपनी फ्लाइट का, वो पानी पीकर पेट भर रहा है कि कहीं 250 रुपए की चाय और 350 रुपए का समोसा ना खरीदना पड़ जाए। बताइए सर, एक आम आदमी एयरपोर्ट पर अपने जहाज का इंतजार करते हुए क्या एक चाय नहीं पी सकता? क्या इस पर कोई रेगुलेशन नहीं होना चाहिए? क्या कोई अफोर्डेबल कैंटीन का मैकेनिज्म नहीं होना चाहिए? चौथा दर्द जो आज इस देश के आम यात्री को सर सहन करना पड़ रहा है, वो है पुअर कनेक्टिविटी। आज इस देश के कई टूरिज्म स्पॉट्स पे, कई फेमस शहरों तक जहाज की यात्रा नहीं पहुंचती, फ्लाइट्स नहीं पहुंचती, एयरपोर्ट नहीं पहुंचती। कई शहर, अधिकतर शहर ऐसे हैं जहां पर एयरपोर्ट्स नहीं हैं। इंसान को जहाज लेकर, जहाज से उतरकर कई घंटों का बस का और गाड़ी का सफर तय कर अपनी मंजिल पे पहुंचना पड़ता है। सर,
भारत में 125 करोड़ मोबाइल फोन यूजर हैं, जिसमें से 90% प्रीपेड प्लान के यूजर हैं। सर, आज मैं प्रीपेड प्लान के जो मोबाइल यूजर्स हैं उनकी ओर से 2 समस्याएं उठाना चाहता हूं। सर, पहली समस्या है कि रिचार्ज खत्म होने के बाद आउटगोइंग के साथ साथ इनकमिंग कॉल का भी बंद होना। सर, जब प्रीपेड प्लान एक्सपायर होता है या मोबाइल रिचार्ज की वैलिडिटी खत्म होती है तो आपकी आवाज बंद कर दी जाती है। फोन मेरा, सिम कार्ड मेरा, नंबर मेरा। तो सर, रिचार्ज खत्म होने के बाद आउटगोइंग कॉल बंद होना समझ आता है, लेकिन इनकमिंग कॉल बंद होना सरासर मनमानी है। सर, हमारा मोबाइल नंबर आज हमारी डिजिटल पहचान बन चुका है। एसेंशियल कम्युनिकेशन जैसे कि यूपीआई पेमेंट, बैंकिंग, ओटीपी, ट्रेन टिकट ओटीपी, पैन आधार ऑथेंटिकेशन, इंटरव्यू का कॉल, हॉस्पिटल का कॉल, मां बाप का गांव से कॉल, तमाम चीजें इनकमिंग कॉल और इनकमिंग एसएमएस से आती है और वो इसलिए बंद कर दिया जाता है कि इंसान एक रिचार्ज कराना भूल गया। सर, इनकमिंग कॉल बंद करना इज नॉट स्टॉपिंग ऑफ अ सर्विस, ये हमारे राइट टू कम्युनिकेशन को स्टॉप करने जैसा है।
सर, आई डिमांड इन दिस ऑगस्ट हाउस टू मेक पैटर्निटी लीव अ लीगल राइट इन इंडिया। सर, हमारे देश में जब बच्चे का जन्म होता है तो बधाइयां माँ बाप दोनों को मिलती हैं, लेकिन जिम्मेदारी पूरी तरीके से मां यानी कि मदर के हिस्से में डाल दी जाती है और हमारा सिस्टम केवल मैटरनिटी लीव को मान्यता देता है, रिकॉग्नाइज करता है। यह एक सोसाइटल फेलियर है जिसे हमारे लॉज रीइंफोर्स कर रहे हैं सर। कानून समाज का आईना होता है और जब कानून में फादर यानी पिता की केयर गिविंग रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज को मान्यता नहीं दी जाती है तो हम इंस्टीट्यूशनली ये संदेश दे रहे हैं कि पेरेंटिंग केवल मां की जिम्मेदारी, इट इज ओनली एंड ओनली द मदर्स जॉब। मैं ये मांग करता हूं कि पैटर्निटी लीव को लीगल राइट के रूप में मान्यता दी जाए। केयर गिविंग सिर्फ मां की जिम्मेदारी नहीं मानकर जेंडर डिवाइड को और गहरा नहीं किया जाना चाहिए।
बिल में इंक्लूड करने के लिए इस सदन में रखना चाहता हूं। मेरा पहला सुझाव है कि हर स्कूल और कॉलेज, वर्कप्लेस और पब्लिक इंस्टीट्यूशन में फ्री सैनिटरी पैड्स और फंक्शनल टॉयलेट्स बनाए जाएं। दूसरा, स्कूल्स, आंगनबाड़ी सेंटर, पब्लिक हेल्थ केयर सेंटर और आशा नेटवर्क्स के जरिए अफोर्डेबल या फ्री मेंस्ट्रुअल प्रोडक्ट्स घर घर में पहुंचाए जाएं। रॉ मटेरियल्स जो हैं, जो मेंस्ट्रुअल प्रोडक्ट्स को बनाने में इस्तेमाल होते हैं, उन पर भी जीएसटी समाप्त किया जाए। और मेंस्ट्रुअल हेल्थ की एजुकेशन की जब बात होती है स्कूलों में, तो सिर्फ महिलाओं को नहीं, बॉयज को भी इस करिकुलम में शामिल करना चाहिए, बिकॉज बॉयज आर रेयरली इंक्लूडेड इन मेंस्ट्रुअल हेल्थ एजुकेशन। और शायद समाज के साइलेंस का एक बहुत बड़ा कारण यह है कि लड़कों को, स्कूल जाने वाले बॉयज को मेंस्ट्रुअल हेल्थ की साइंस से दूर रखा जाता है। पांचवा सुझाव, मेंस्ट्रुअल वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट के लिए नेशनल फ्रेमवर्क बनाया जाए ताकि सेफ और इन्वायरमेंटली रिस्पॉन्सिबल डिस्पोजेबल सिस्टम्स हो। और छठा और आखिरी सुझाव, डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल एनुअल मॉनिटरिंग हो मेंस्ट्रुअल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की।
Demand for free subscription of advanced generative AI tools to all Indians. भारत के हर नागरिक को एडवांस्ड जनरेटिव AI टूल्स की मुफ्त सब्सक्रिप्शन दी जाए। आज दुनिया बहुत तेजी से बदल रही है। इस बदलती हुई दुनिया में AI सिर्फ एक टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं बल्कि एक अपॉर्चुनिटी है, आगे बढ़ने की, सपने देखने की और उन्हें पूरा करने की। यह हमारे किसान भाइयों के लिए स्मार्ट खेती है, स्टूडेंट्स के लिए 24/7 अवेलेबल ट्यूटर है, व्यापारियों के लिए बिजनेस प्लानर है, नौजवानों के लिए करियर गाइड है और बुजुर्गों के लिए डॉक्टर भी है। आपके हर सवाल का जवाब, आपकी हर समस्या का समाधान AI के पास उपलब्ध है। यही कारण है सर कि आज UAE, सिंगापुर, चाइना जैसे देश अपने हर नागरिक को एडवांस्ड AI की सेवा, फ्री एक्सेस, फ्री सब्सक्रिप्शन दे रहे हैं।
All right, viewers, let's now take a look at the charges that the Aam Aadmi Party has leveled on Raghav Chadha as reasons that it cited for removing him as the deputy leader of Rajya Sabha of the Aam Aadmi Party. AAP is complaining the first charge that Raghav Chadha didn't sign TMC's resolution against Chief Election Commissioner as was instructed by the party. Raghav chose not to sign as asked. Another charge that he raised issues like samosas and pizzas in parliament and didn't speak on serious matters that perhaps the party asked him to talk on. Charge number 3, that he remained quiet when AAP asked him to raise issues of LPG cylinders amongst the West Asia crisis. Another charge that AAP has levelled. The Raghav Chadha did not protest when AAP workers protested against Kejriwal's arrest. Alright, these are the majority of the charges that Aam Aadmi Party has levelled against Raghav Chadha and cited as reasons for removing him from the position of the party in Rajya Sabha. Let me open this discussion now. I'm joined in the panel by Rajalakshmi Joshi, political analyst, and Nikhil Jain, who's also with us in the discussion as a political analyst. Thanks very much to you both and a very good evening. Rajalakshmi Pandit, I want to start with you. Ms. Joshi, pardon me, Raghav Chadha was absent when Kejriwal was arrested. He was silent even when he was given a clean chit in the excise policy case. He was really not present when the party expected him to be there for the top leadership and the convener of the Aam Aadmi Party. Now, do you think this was coming, this was a writing on the wall, or would you say it's the final straw?
A very good evening, and yes, this was quite expected I would say, like you said, the writing was on the wall. So this was quite expected. And on a lighter note, I would say that after his marriage, it looks like, Mr. Raghav Chadda, he had the longest eye surgery in the world, perhaps, and then he probably started seeing things differently. I don't know. That is, I'm saying this on a lighter note. So it does look like, that he has had some kind of change of heart, and but very seriously, it does look like he has been talking about things which are definitely of very much social importance. Like all the issues that he has raised, it is of social importance, of course. Now, it is another fact, of course, that the issue that he had raised about the samosas, incidentally, that had been taken up by the aviation ministry just a few days before he had actually raised it in parliament, and the first canteen of the in the Chennai airport was actually inaugurated around the same time that he had taken it up in the parliament. So it was not as if it had happened because of what he said in parliament. But yes, he did. His PR team did take credit for all of it, and he was pretty getting very pretty popular on Instagram, especially, and on social media.
Yes.
So I think that there is one unwritten rule in the Aam Aadmi Party, that nobody can become anything more popular than Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. So that is one unwritten rule in the Aam Aadmi Party. So anybody who claims any kind of prominence or popularity, or who maybe doesn't go by his views or doesn't support him in any of the issues, they are definitely shown the door. So there is one authority in the Aam Aadmi Party. So if things don't go as per his diktat, then definitely that person is shown the door. So we have seen, starting from, say, maybe Ms. Kiran Bedi to, there have been a lot of names like Prashant Bhushan, Shanti Bhushan, and Yogendra Yadav.
Swati
and,
Maliwal in the latest.
So
yes.
all of this, Swati Maliwal being the latest. So all of these names who probably had some or any differences with Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, they were definitely shown the door.
Yeah.
So there was definitely something that Mr. Raghav Chadda knew, or probably he came to know around the time when Mr. Arvind Kejriwal was arrested, because of which he had this longest eye surgery in the world. So I think a lot of things changed after that, because before that he was the blue-eyed boy of Mr. Kejriwal. So
Yes.
and he was in fact given the he was the head of this. He was in fact looking after this Prabhari. He was the Prabhari for Punjab, as far as I understand.
Yes.
So from there to losing his entire favor to literally being demoted, I think that a lot of things have happened in the middle.
Yes.
So like
Nikhil,
I said, maybe
yeah.
he
Let's
did
also
not
bring in
want
Nikhil
to-
now in the conversation. Nikhil, soft PR is the allegation that the Aam Aadmi Party is raising against Raghav Chadda, saying you're talking about samosa, you're talking about chai prices at the airport, but you're not speaking about LPG cylinders. That's what Aam Aadmi Party is saying, that if democracy will not be left, how are you going to talk about democratic issues? You're not speaking what the party is asking you to speak. So we are taking you off from that position. What do you see this is? It, like Raja Lakshmi is saying, that there can be a no stronger voice in Aam Aadmi Party than Kejriwal, or is it an attempt to silence a popular figure, a figure within the party who's probably becoming more popular than the convener himself?
Priti, so let me also start with a lighter note. I don't think you need democracy to be talking about samosas and pizzas, because that's all Raghav Chadda has been seeming to do. See, I do agree with the concerns raised by the top Aam Aadmi Party leaders that Raghav Chadda was not participating in any issue of greater significance to the country, whether it was the threat to our sovereignty, the threat to our energy security, the LPG crisis, the terror attack in Red Fort, where the government was scared to even name Pakistan, and a bunch of other issues that all the opposition parties have been raising, including the Aam Aadmi Party. But there's a very important pattern to all of this. all these questions that the Aam Aadmi Party is saying that Raghav Chadha has not raised, and he hasn't, has Mr. Arvind Kejriwal himself raised them? Fact is, no. Sanjay Singh is a vociferous voice in the parliament. He's been
Kejriwal
raising
was
these
in
issues
jail.
day in and day and night. No, Kejriwal has been...
Kejriwal is not a member of the parliament.
Kejriwal is still an important political leader. Nothing stops him from carrying out press conferences and giving bites to the media. And also, he's not been in jail for a couple of months now. This entire West Asia conflict, the Iran conflict, the LPG crisis, Donald Trump telling us to do certain things, and the government, I don't know why, just buckling into that pressure. All of that, Sanjay Singh has been talking about it, but Arvind Kejriwal has not been talking about it. Fact of the matter is, ever since Kejriwal went into jail in that liquor scam for the charges of that liquor scam, the Aam Aadmi Party has been falling like a house of cards. They don't really know what the clear line of command now is. Nobody really knows whether Raghav Chadha is the number 2, Saurabh Bhardwaj is, Atishi Madlina is, or Mr. Sanjay Singh is, or Satyendra Singh is. Nobody knows what's the next leadership lineup. They've not been raising issues of the people of Delhi. Mr. Kejriwal has he's largely been missing from the public light even after he's come out of jail. So nobody really knows what they're really doing.
Okay.
And this is what the fate of the Aam Aadmi Party looks like to me, that they are going to probably implode now. Because let's just remember, they are not a political party of any ideology. They did not come with a cadre base. They're a political startup that came out of a movement, and now they've run their course. They do no longer carry the same sort of legitimacy or credibility that they did 10 years ago. People now see that they're nothing other than the other political parties. They are politicians. They are as corrupt as other parties, or as not corrupt as other parties. Which is why I feel that Aam Aadmi Party as a force itself is on its stick line.
Political startup. I want to ask one final question to you both. Maybe Raja Lakshmi, you could start with the answer. What are we looking at next? Is Raghav Chadha now going to quit the party and join the BJP?
Is that to me or Mr.
That's very interesting. And, I always say this, you can never say never in politics. So you never know what will happen. So this definitely is a possibility. So, but yes, there are a lot of issues which definitely will have to be sorted between Mr. Raghav Chadha and his own party mates, of course.
All right. Nikhil, how would you respond?
Before he takes any step further. Because obviously he knows a lot. And they also have been threatening that, jo dar gaya, so mar gaya, and all those kind of things. So he also knows quite a bit, because of which he says, main darya hu, main wo darya hu, jo waqt aane pe, he will create some kind of a tsunami. So we don't know what kind of information he has with him. And he being a chartered accountant, he may be having all kinds of information, because of which both want to keep things under wraps. And that is why perhaps they don't want to openly throw him out of the party, and at the same time he is also taking a very long time to maybe make up his mind about a lot of things, just like Ms. Swati Maliwal has not really walked out, but then she
Nikhil, I'll have to bring you in. Unfortunately, we don't have that much time for a long discussion. Nikhil, your final take. What do you respond to that question?
First of all, just to remind your viewers, Mr. Kejriwal has been out of bail for the past 1.5 years. He was granted bail on the 13th of September 2024, and we don't really see him after the loss in Delhi. Secondly, I don't think Raghav Chadha is going to join the BJP. He's going to probably continue as a Trojan horse in the parliament, like you see with Ms. Swati Maliwal. And I think Raghav Chadha has probably just hit himself on the ankles himself. I don't think he has any political future left. I don't think the BJP will touch him with a 1,000-meter pole even after after his term ends, and I don't think the Congress would be willing to do that either, and he's already called off his favors with the Aam Aadmi Party.
Okay, Nikhil and Raja Lakshmi, thanks very much to you both for joining me in this discussion. And now moving ahead, viewers, now